Hi guys, thank you for always watching the Benjamin Zulu Show, and today I welcome you once more to watch the Benjamin Zulu Show. Remember, Benjamin Zulu KE on Facebook and Benjamin Zulu KE on YouTube. Now today again we have a very wonderful topic, and we're going to talk about how to recover from childhood abuse. Benjamin, how are you?
I'm good, man. And when we talk about childhood abuse, it's very unfortunate when a child needs protection. They receive mistreatment.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate, and more so if it's coming from parents. So let's start by saying that childhood, the environment you're growing in, has a lot of impact on how you view life, how you are oriented for life, and you are completely at the mercy of those around you.
Yeah.
There are two groups I want to tell you about: the abandoned children, children who are abandoned, and children who are abandoned through death, especially orphans. If it's one parent and then they died or they left, and that child who grew without the parents, that particular group is very very vulnerable. Although we are coming to the rest of the children who grew with their parents but there was mistreatment, I want to talk to this group that grew up without their parents around them. And I hope one of these days we'll discuss the step parenting, because it's one of the most painful phenomenon in our day. Libraries and books have been written about Mama Cambo, stepmom, stepdad. You know, poems have been sung. The mistreatment, the projection. You know, they see you as a competitor who left. Like it's like you're competing. They see you as a competitor for the attention of the husband, for the attention of the wife. They begin to see you like you came here because of, the child is innocent. I have always warned these orphans and abandoned children. Your greatest need is stability. When you grow up without a home, some of the experiences primarily you hear from these kids who grew up without a parent is that they were treated hatefully. They will tell you they were made to do all the chores in the home, while the children of this mother are the children of this, or even the auntie, the uncle. If you grew up with a parent a person who is not your parent, one of the things you suffer is no blood tie. And we're not saying all guardians are bad. Their guardians are also good. They treat you just like you are their child. But they are few. We're talking about another group that mistreats the child. So they tell you that they were made to do all the chores. When guests were coming, they are made to dress better and be made to sit down. Imagine. So that it may look like the guests think you're being treated very well.
Very well, yeah.
But you're just being given a special treatment because they were around. And you're not supposed to tell it out. When the fellowship comes, when other visitors come, when you go to church, you can't tell one person because you become a topic and you'll be kicked out. Sometimes the reason we stay in abuse is because you don't know anywhere else. We stay in abusive environments because we don't have an option. So what I always warn this group is that as soon as you're out, you're likely to be tempted when you arrive in campus to start your own family.
Yeah.
All your instincts are crying for home. Everything in you wants to feel like you're home and love. And anybody who shows you love and attention, it's almost irresistible. You almost can't resist it. Primarily, we must acknowledge and we must say that we are not underestimating the struggle. I saw it in campus. Kids who behave like they were possessed by something. They were moving from a relationship to another. They had to have a form of family. They had to have a form of, until I began to study the phenomenon. What they were suffering was real, but they were just addressing it the wrong way. This has been my warning to them. You will precipitate another hell if you jump into relationships before you heal. If you jump into dating, getting babies and sleeping with whoever, thinking now you are getting what you lacked, these people you are jumping into also don't know themselves. The first step, if you come from deprived background, if you come from orphan background, if you come from abandoned childhood, your first step, however craving you're feeling to be loved, to belong, to have a home, to settle, that is, everything in you is crying for that. Let me warn you, in terrible marriages today, and probably becomes double curse, because you get into an abusive marriage now that can precipitate another depression, sicknesses, early death. Becomes a double catastrophe. The reason I speak with fire in my bones about it, because I've seen it becoming a curse unnecessarily. Your first step, if you come from a home that had no stability, is healing. It's not marrying. So run to therapy. Don't run to a guy. Don't run to a lady. Many of them, the man feels like if he dies without a child, his family will be annihilated. Because he's the only one. Yes, no. And then he feels like he should get a child quickly. Not everybody having sex around means the same thing. Some are trying to save their generation. Do you know that people think like that? They should plant their seeds quickly in case they die. The generation will continue. It looks, on the surface, it looks like it makes sense. But there's a problem here. When you get the child, there are responsibilities of taking care of the child. There's a financial implication. The child needs your attention, needs you to be healthy. And if you get them when you're not yet healthy, you transfer misery to them again. Abandonment again. Financial struggling again. You'll be spreading poverty, dysfunction and pain. You just wanted your seed to be around. But did you care that human being, what they'll be going through? So it's okay to decide to have a child. It's okay to decide to have a generation going on. But can you obey timing? Can you heal fast? Can you be ready fast? Can you stand on your 2 feet fast? You think about the environment, the quality of life you bring the child to, not just quantity. Some of people are trying to populate the world with their genes. Some people have a very funny push to fill the world with their name or pills. But I prevent you from that kind of madness. If you want to build a kingdom of investments. Yeah. Get the kids or 2 or 3 the ones who can manage. And then expand your name like Chandaria. We know Chandaria is because of projects, not children. I'm not sure. I have not gone to home, but you will find a Chandaria thing somewhere. He has moved all over. Definitely. Where dispensaries, school tanks, KU, you go to Nairobi hospital, everywhere there's a Chandaria something. That's how you build an empire, brother. Not impregnating people. So even if you come from a place where you are afraid of being wiped out of the face of the earth, 2 things you shall do. 1, build a life that when you get a child, when you get children, they will have a life you did not have. Number 2, believe God. You'll survive up to there. Yes. Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient and start doing funny things. Otherwise, you catch yourself in your own deeds. When we were in school, I could see some guys in a hurry, as if they are pushed by something to get kids. And by the time we graduate, we get jobs, they're already burdened by 3 children. Yeah. Brother, did I tell you, premature baby getting is a straight ticket to poverty. Straight. It's like 20-year mortgage. Now imagine 3 mortgages before you get a job. Is that a good investment? And remember, a child does not come alone. They come with a mother also. The relationship between the stress, Bramwell. The stress, that guy, we couldn't, the rest of us are just worried about what we shall eat today. And the cat that is coming up next week. Can you imagine? People just worried about rice and whether Chelsea will lose. But another guy here, meanwhile, has another bother about a baby and the baby mama, and baby 2 and baby mama 2. Some stresses are necessary. And I told you, there's some things you must correct when you are born in that world. Most of the things that are regarded normal are dysfunctional. That's why we are a group of poor people.
And talking about dysfunctionality, I like the way you put it, Benjamin. You see, it is high time that we realize that we are connected to one another.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You are connected to your mother. Your wife is connected to the mother and father too. That is exactly what happens. Exactly. You see, now, some people will say, Benjamin, I am an orphan. Benjamin, I have been raised by step-parents, but I feel I have healed. Yet, truly, they cannot diagnose the disease that they are suffering from. How can these kind of people realize that indeed healing is not an imagination?
Thank you for bringing that up, because sometimes, you remember he said there are 2 problems with the madness and madness. The muddy people and those people who have no manners don't know it. It's those who are around them who suffer from. That's what happens when you are emotionally unhealthy and you don't know it. When you are clingy, when you are needy, when you are impatient, when you are demanding, when you are too pleasing. When you were in high school, I don't know whether you did the experiments. Zakukatia was chana. You don't try to put girls into your box. Maybe you were a priest like holy priest, the Lord. But me, I was not. Sometimes you'll be impressed by a lady and you try to throw lines. If she agrees too quickly, the flavor would go. the excitement. Because it was always going to be, we just met in an event and there are some people who are so needy that even if they look nice, you can't respect them. Some people, if you grow up without love, you're likely to overvalue something. So you know you are not healthy when you realize that people respond funny in a way that you did not expect to you. Once you realize that people avoid you after a short interaction, avoid you, or they use and dump, or it shows there's a gap, a blind spot. Remember about self-awareness, we have 4 squares. There's one that there's a part of your life that both you and other people can see. There's a part about you that other people can see only. That is a part that is blind. And there's another part that you can see and they can't see. That is called secret. There's another part that neither you nor others can see. That's called hidden. Now, those are the totally areas in your life that you're yet to learn. And usually one of the largest parts. All right. So this, you know, you are not healthy. Brahma, this is philosophy. How to know what you don't know. As I told you, I love philosophy. So occasionally I'll be visiting my interest. Socrates. You know, we call it the etymology of knowledge. How to know what you don't know. One way is the mirror. To use how people respond to you. It is pointing at you something, they are reacting to you and you are not aware of it. When you have not used cologne, you don't feel your own bad smell. Because you are used to it, you are around it. Your nose has gotten adjusted. You know, if you stay in the washroom for long, you stop feeling the bad smell. Because you're being you have acclimatized. When you also have a bad stench, you don't feel it because you have stayed with it. You are immersed in it. That's how your bad manners are. You don't notice them because you are no more. The first time when you enter a house, you notice this. You ask them, you guys, this smelling bad here, can't you feel it? As easier to see because I've been here. So, how to know what you don't know is to check how others are reacting to you. Are we together? When you're driving on the road, other drivers can see your tires. So if you're deflated on one tire, they have to tell you, unless you're careful to sense, you may not notice it. You not. So because they are outside your car, they can see that you have pressure on all tires, and some of them can signal you. There's a problem with your check. All right. So sometimes when your brake lights are not working behind, can you tell? You can't. Other guys tell you your brake lights are out. You know, they notice that one is not working. So one of the things you need to know is how to know what you don't know is to check social mirror. You go to the mirror so that you know what mirror does. The mirror converts you to an image, to an object. The mirror shows you how the world is seeing you, minus your spirit, your emotion, your feeling, your thoughts, and your good your opinion about yourself. It's not captured by the mirror, unfortunately. That's how people see you. People see you minus all those good opinions and feelings and thoughts you have of yourself. When they react, they are telling you what they're seeing. You rush quickly to the mirror to correct your appearance and avoid ridicule. So how you shall know you have not healed is if you observe a pattern that is not making sense to you. There's something people can see that you can't see. So in etymology of knowledge, you say how to know what you don't know is to see how people are reacting to you. The second way how to know what you don't know is constant growth. If you start learning principles about self-awareness, principles about competence, principles about honesty, you begin to see, this one I think, that's right. Those who are watching us today, those who are careful to learning, they are discovering things here through the teaching. And elsewhere where they're learning, Brahman, how have you gotten here? You have gotten here by accepting bitter pill, peppery teachings. Bitter. The nature of curative medicine is always bitter. When they give children, they sugarcoat. But when you grow up, they don't want to go through the trouble of sugar coating. By now, you know you need this, my friend. Take it or go away. Children don't know they need medicine, so we have to put sugar on top to encourage them to take it. And we sing them songs. Does anybody sing you songs for you to take? When you grow up, knowledge will not be sugar coated. That's why the reason I took teaching is because I'm comfortable with being told uncomfortable truth. One reason I read the comments of our viewers is to see what we can't see. And I feel so good when they comment. Not all feedback is useful.
Yeah.
Some of them are just, but you need to hear it. Some of them will be useful inside.
Yeah.
If they tell you, hey, my friend, you're too energetic, I say, thank you for noticing it, but unfortunately, that's who I am. Some say you laugh too much. Where the laughter is coming, the same place that the points are coming. I can't separate one from. If I stop laughing, I'll stop talking. What do you want? This guy is too animated. Can you compose yourself? I'm already trying. This is my best. I'm already composed now and dignified. Praise the Lord. I went to preach in an SEK church and they put me in a podium. Inside the podium, so it's only the head and the microphone. Microphone planted. Someone's supposed to speak. Me. Look, now imagine me. Just try to imagine. I know it's sinful to imagine that, but
You will uproot them.
that's what I did. You know, they put a robe on me and I told the guys, I can't talk. Can I remove this? I removed and went where they were. And then they are all shocked. These guys. So, some things about your personalities, you can polish where you can, but don't edit who you are. If you stop being you, the energy will not come out.
Okay.
You will not even make sense. You look awkwardly out of place. So, you know you've healed when you reach a place where you are aware of your deficiencies. And let's mention, although we are using complete tense or past tense of healed, growing up is a journey.
All right. Growing up is a journey. And Benjamin, before I let you go, there is a place you've mentioned, our social cycles being our mirror. You see, some people have very funny pattern of choosing friends. We tend to choose friends according to what we want to hear from them. That is one pattern that we use.
Yeah.
So you'll realize that these people who are from either broken families, that have been orphaned, they'll always tend to choose those kind of friends who will always want to make them feel comforted.
Do you know, we used to say misery loves company, but that's not the sense here to say that those people don't, that saying says those who don't want to change, look for others who don't want to change so that they can find comfort in their company, all right? But there's a sense in which those people whom we share problems, we don't judge each other, we don't question each other, so we're likely to gravitate together because of that. Back in primary school, back in high school, you might remember kids who had a particular problem would find each other. Yeah. It has been observed even in people who are schizophrenic. They hang together. Yeah. People can be brought together by a problem. The only challenge here is this, Bramwell. It's okay. It's okay to hang out with other bachelors. You share the problems of cooking every day. You might even funny what Facebook groups. Happy bachelors. Single and satisfied. So you can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. In fact, if you knew all where singles are meeting, you would go there. It's easier to date from there. We wish there is a place they were meeting. But did I tell you the paradox? Most virtuous single girls don't announce that they are single.
Yeah. They don't.
It's very weird. Can you imagine? They're the ones who are looking for you and they act like they are contented. So you have to go knocking every door. I'm married, get out of here. And you Haina. I'm sorry, bro. The journey of dating involves that. Be ready to be bashed. I was rejected, repulsed, called names. Mtafutaji achoki. When you're hunting, you don't give up until you find. Others came around later when I long moved on. They tried to reply. They tried to change the tone. You love the last laugh. If you don't give up, you will get your revenge on those sisters who call you names. Others will ask you, are you always like that? What happened with your hair? You hear funny names. That nose of your... When you are the one searching, they are the ones having power. So they examine you and give you any feedback they want. So, be open for that. So... I'm sure we need to do a part 2 of this, how to heal from those parental. I have told you, one of the problems we have is you jump the healing part to think you get healed when you find family. Yeah. But in reality, family requires some traits, abilities, ways of thinking, which you never got the modeling for. You grew up in chaos. When you grew up in chaos, order is alien. Let me repeat that. When you grew up in chaos, order is strange, but you crave peace, you crave order, you crave harmony, you crave peace, to sleep. Bramwell, sleeping. This I grew up in an environment where to sleep peacefully until morning you are shocked. It's morning, we woke up. Oh my God, what happened? Are they around? If you sleep peacefully, you think a rapture has happened. People are not here. People have read. People around. Guys, how come we slept peacefully? Chaos was the normal. You sleep on your marks. You're sleeping, ready to run. Some things, Bramwell, you see in chaos, and they become normal. Imagine, they become normal. I reached a point of those who are, if you try hiring people from damaged backgrounds, many house helps become house helps because of trouble. Not because it's a job they longed for. But the good thing is many of them use it as a stepping stone to grow and go their own way. All right? I tell them, if you have to do these menial jobs, shamba boy, hards boy, I've been a hards boy myself. Use it as a stepping stone to where you're going. All right? If you have to be a conductor in a matatu, if you have to be those jobs that they can't give you enough money for your life, for the lifestyle you want, use them as a stepping stone. So if you start hiring those small people, not small, those people from bad backgrounds, with small positions of work, casual support staff, you realize they're coming from backgrounds that are very alien. I remember time I visited my friend who was a peaceful home, and they were so quiet, I thought they're sick. Quietness looked like sickness to me. There should be some noise going on. You know, my father used to sell the traditional brew, so you always have customers, only that they're very loud. So you will know the business is booming when there is noise. And here, even when you're asking for salt, you shout over everybody, "Hey, get me that salt!" But here I can see them beckon. Excuse me. There you don't ask a person to give you. You reach for it. Here I can see it's being passed. Wondering, are they acting as kit? Are there cameras recording? If you come from dysfunction, your first role is Bramwell is to reorient yourself. I took from the year 2010 all the year to 2016. I took like 5 years under mentorship, learning consciously about how families operate, how marriages operate, how women think. You must take a period of time to learn what you never learned. If you're not conscious about that, you try marriage, it won't work. You will blow up the promised land. Moses suffered as a child. Moses of the Bible suffered as a child. Rejection from here to there to there. He healed partially, and he conducted his mission partially. Bramwell, it's critical that you heal fully. Moses learned to function and to lead. He was very humble. The Bible says he was the most humble man. He had a very good heart. But anger, he had stammering. Stammering was also part of that bad childhood. God healed him. You can see Deuteronomy is a speech by Moses, and there's no interpreter. You can tell by then the stammering has gone away. But the anger part cut short. He only saw the promised land with his eyes and did not get there. Bramwell, if you don't heal fully, you'll only see how far you could have gone, but you'll not get there. People like Joshua, people like Caleb, they totally healed, totally transformed their minds, and they went all the way. I want to ask us, Bramwell, one of the things you need to do when you come from childhood that you are aware you went through pain, allocate a period of healing.
All right. There you have it, guys. Allocate a period of healing. See you next time.